So how's everything been since our last meeting?
It's been alright.
That's good. Anything new happen? Or?
Not really specific.
Nothing important?
No.
Okay. So today I was thinking about we would do a service plan. So it would help us identify your most important problems that we need to address and how we can start to develop a solution to achieve them.
Okay.
So what do you think are the two most important issues you want to address?
I think housing and finding stable housing for myself and employment.
Okay. So we're going to write stable housing and employment. So we'll address these one at a time just so it's a little easier. So why don't we start with stable housing?
Okay.
So we're going to change it from being a problem that you don't have stable housing into a need statement. So I need stable housing.
Okay.
That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So we're going to break that up into goals and objectives. So what's the first goal that you think that you can achieve?
I guess finding some kind of like apartment I can afford myself.
Okay. So finding affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you think is the goal after that? That should be the most important.
I guess moving out of the shelters, going to that apartment.
And then, do you think there's any other goals?
I guess just like affording rent every month or whatever.
Okay, so being able to pay rent.
Sustain it, yeah.
Sustainable rent. Okay, so for action steps, so that's going to be how you and I will be able to measure that you're sort of reaching each goal or objective that we just set. So for the first action step, it's going to be what tasks will we sort of put in place to help you find affordable housing that either you can do on your own or I can help you do.
Okay. I mean, I guess just like searching for apartments, newspapers and stuff.
Okay. So do you think that's something you can do on your own or something that you and I can do together, or maybe I can compile some stuff and give to you?
Yeah, I feel like we could look together or you could look, but then I could like reach out to the people.
Okay. So which one would you prefer doing?
I guess having help would be nice.
Okay, so
both
you
of
and I
us.
will be...
Yeah.
Okay. So after that first action step, searching for apartments, what do you think is the next step that we should both do? Or you should do on your own?
I guess we'll pick one.
Okay.
Find one. So
pick-
searching and find.
So,
And then like moving my stuff there and like physically moving it to the
Mhm.
apartment, which is something I would do by myself, I guess.
unless you needed some more.
Yeah.
So picking the apartment and then moving in. So I guess the most important action step would be how do we achieve the goal of sustaining the rent every month?
Yeah. That kind of goes with, I guess, finding the job
Mm-hmm.
and kind of keeping like a payment, like keeping organized, making sure I'm paying it.
So maybe creating some sort of payment plan so you can
Yeah.
have maybe a more organized list of your financial
Right.
situation, so it'll help you out. So maybe, do you think that would give you something we could work on together? Maybe creating something to help you sort of list all your expenses so you know where all your money is going?
Yeah, that would definitely be helpful.
So we'll write that payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there are any other steps that we need to achieve your goal? Any of these goals?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty straightforward.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
So, how will each measure be how each outcome be measured, and how do you think that we can sort of determine that it's measured? I think the picking the apartment out and moving in is a bit more straightforward.
Right,
so.
right. No, I mean, how will outcomes be measured? I guess like making sure I pay, like kind of like checking it off that it's done or something like that.
So we're going to be just like physically checking out.
Yeah, like a calendar or something.
Yeah. And then searching for apartment, maybe, both of us will have a maximum of 10 apartments that we'll look for. So that would be sort of a way to measure that
Right. Mm-hmm.
we got the certain number.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just look for certain number. And how long do you think that we're going to be taking to complete each step? So how many apartments what's our time frame? So when you start looking for apartments, do you want to have this done in a month? Because that might limit our options. But,
right.
It depends on how quickly you're willing to, move out.
Right. I feel like a month is not long enough to find somewhere. Maybe like 3 months tops.
3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And then picking your apartment, what type of time frame are you looking for that? Maybe, do you think that you'd want to move in right away, find something just off the top, or?
Yeah, as quick as possible, I guess.
Okay.
After looking through them.
Okay, so do you think just ASAP?
Yeah.
Not really a certain time frame, but just
as
quickly as you want?
Yeah.
And then moving in the same?
Mm-hmm.
And I think for the payment plan and, the calendar, it's sort of hard to put a really solid time frame on it. So maybe it's more of just like maybe end of each week we can get together and look over how everything's coming so we could just both check up.
Right.
Once you start to get more stable, we can start to spread the visits out longer once you get more comfortable with it.
Right. That sounds good. Makes sense.
So does that look good for you? Do you have any objections or anything you'd like to change or work on for that one?
No, it looks good. Looks promising.
So then we can move on to employment.
Mm-hmm.
So the need statement.
I need a job.
So break this up into some goals. Do you want to look for a position where you can move up, or one where you just want to get some sort of income in and then maybe start to...
I would say more look for just like a entry level, like, open job. Not necessarily like one that I can move up in.
Anything else from there? Do you want maybe, once you get that entry level job, do you want to start looking for other jobs right away, or start to just get more comfortable in that job before looking to other ones?
I would say stay with that one for a while if I like it, and then like hope that my boss likes me and will want to promote me or give me more hours or whatever.
Okay, so we're just gonna write possible promotion.
Yeah.
Or increase in hours. So, what can we both do, or what can you do on your own or me do, that'll help us achieve you getting a job and an increase in hours? So, first step is, how do we start to look for a job?
Right. So I guess same thing as the apartment kind of thing. Search for it, like online. I think there's like job websites and newspapers and stuff. Okay. And then actually apply for them.
So, anything else within the first? Maybe going for interviews?
Yeah, I was going to say interviews. Maybe go over some like interview skills and things I can do.
So, anything else for the first part of just achieving the job itself? Do you have like work appropriate or interview appropriate clothes that you have, or would you need to go out and get something?
Yeah, probably get some of those. Make a resume.
And do you think that there's anything in here that could possibly be in your way to achieving any of those steps?
I don't think so. I think they're all doable. I might need help, but I think they're doable.
Okay. So for a possible increase in hours, do you think that we can maybe make some steps to, make that a more likely possibility? So making sure that you arrive on time, that you're really, showing your boss that you're committed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's something you'd be able to do to really just, put in like a good word?
Yeah, definitely. Stay on top of going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take a lot of time off. Things like that.
Yep. Do you have reliable transportation to getting to work, or is one of the things that we need to look at finding transportation?
Yeah, maybe like bus pass or something like that.
Okay, so that's something we'll add in. Anything else do you think that would be important for helping you achieve an increase in hours or promotion?
I don't think anything I can do now. Maybe just like once I actually get on the job, figure it out from there.
Okay, so how often can be measured? I think most of these are pretty,
right.
There's no way for us to measure
No,
it until
getting the job would be a good measure.
Well, let's get right then.
Right.
So getting the job would be a good measure. So what do you think your ideal time frame is to look for a job?
I would say I would want to get it done in less than 3 months since I want to be able to afford housing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like 2 weeks getting in some interviews.
Okay, 2 weeks we'll start to interview.
Yeah.
What about the rest of this? How soon do you want to do your resume, start looking at appropriate clothing? Pretty soon.
Yeah, like before that. So like a week.
Okay. Right then. And I think that's all we can do for the time frame of this type of stuff.
Right.
Do you foresee any, possible complications, anything that might, sort of come in between you getting the job or you looking for housing that, maybe we can work on dealing with together?
Maybe just having like access to a computer to look stuff up and like looking into different ways to find an apartment or housing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think that working together and doing all this is definitely possible.
So do you have access to a library or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just don't have my own.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you, have a computer and you're able to start looking stuff up, and I think that's one of the most important things that, you start to do is
definitely
sort of branching out and looking.
Yeah.
So you want to look this over real quick and make sure that everything is, sort of what you'd like to do, and we can start working on some of this stuff.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
Exciting.
So thank you for coming in, and we can
Thank you.
start doing this.